see you all here today. I didn't write a speech, so who knows what I'm going to say, but hopefully nothing too controversial. We are outside the Department of Health. We have obviously witnessed 8 months or more of quite astounding changes and things that have been happening with our profession. And it's not only us, it's clear that it's everybody, the nurses, the teachers, the police, the people with disabilities, people on tax credits, who else? The ambulance drivers, anyone else?
Patients!
Patients, absolutely, and I think that that is key, because what we are seeing now is this sort of rhetoric that none of this is about patient safety. And I think as a doctor, I would like to stand by what I have always said, and I do absolutely believe this is about patient safety. There is no question that what is happening to our nurses and our doctors and the NHS is not going to impact upon everybody. We doctors remember this. Whilst they try and divide us all, we're also patients. We use the NHS. I use the NHS. So this will impact upon me as much as it will impact upon any of you who go and use the NHS. And I think that we really in this country will not realise what we have lost until it is gone. And it is going. So let us not forget that while Jeremy Hunt seems to think that the nurses needn't do a full course and it'll be fine to downskill nurses, and actually it's all good for people from disadvantaged backgrounds, and I was in a meeting with him 2 weeks ago and heard him say that, whilst lots of politicians challenged it. They actually challenged him. So there are brilliant politicians there fighting your cause, don't forget that. There are also wonderful people from the media fighting our cause. However, as Vivian said, we have a very complicit media, and I think we have to be very mindful of what we listen to and take in and believe that is written in the papers, okay? So let me shut up and let us just really fight for our nurses. I think they're fantastic. If anything that mid-staffs did show, and Jeremy Hunt will talk about mid-staffs because he says he's a patient safety champion, but mid-staffs showed, very, very clearly that without excellent nurses, people die. It's very clear. The nursing staff are the people that save lives. So please let us respect them. Thank you.
Hello. Another doctor, thank you for inviting me. So I've been working in the NHS for 8 years. For the last 3 I've been training to be a cancer specialist. And you see some pretty tough things in the NHS. You see some very difficult things. But what I can categorically tell you from every single day of work that I have done, it is the nursing staff who work tirelessly, who continue to give absolutely everything behind the scenes, that are the very soul and backbone of the NHS and the care we provide. And I think there's a lot to be proud of in British history with respect to nursing. In the 1850s, a lady called Florence Nightingale stood up and showed the world, a British lady, that making hospitals clean and also training nurses, dedicating time and effort into giving them the skills to look after others, helps patients live longer, helps patients get better quicker. In the 1960s, a nurse called Cicely Saunders set up the first hospice in the world, a place dedicated to giving integrity, for caring for people in the most difficult times at the end of their lives. I work in the NHS, which is one of the most egalitarian, progressive and best healthcare systems in the world. We should all be proud of it. Healthcare is given based on need, not on the ability to pay, but this is being destroyed before our very eyes. And these are political choices, make no mistake, as many of people have highlighted already. These are not necessary decisions. When the government choose to invest in private finance initiatives, basically take out mortgages to build hospitals and schools which then have to close, it is the patients that suffer and it is the corporations that profit at the end of this. Make no mistake about that. By choosing to make nurses pay for their training. They are effectively stopping some of the most passionate, caring, hard-working people being able to enter the profession. Think about what that means. It is absolutely outrageous. I want to end on a positive note. I very much felt like we didn't have a voice. A year ago, if you'd asked me what can we do, you know, you can feel very apathetic. But what I have seen people achieve in the last year has been absolutely phenomenal. I have watched Anthony, Danielle, lots of very inspiring people create massive campaigns, speak in front of hundreds of thousands of people, and they have forced the government to discuss reinstatement of their bursary. That is a massive achievement. That is democracy. As a junior doctor and a BMA rep, if you had asked me a year ago if I could imagine junior doctors going out on picket lines, you know, no is the frank answer. But we have gone through 5 successful, safe, well-supported, well-organised strikes, and we have forced the government into concessions. Not nearly enough, I might add, not nearly enough, and the struggle will continue for that. I think the point is this: we need to start linking up. We need to start seeing that what is happening to the nurses, what is happening to the doctors, what is happening to the teachers, what is happening to the police is exactly the same rhetoric. If we all stand together and if we all make that message very clear, our voice will be so loud they won't be able to help but listen to it. And I would say absolutely on behalf of all the junior doctors, you have our full support.
Well, that was great solidarity from our junior doctors.